So again, thank you all for joining. Happy to have you. And let's get started. So my name is Erin Smithers. I'm the Assistant Director of the New Jersey Self-Advocacy Project. We are a division-funded program with the ARC of New Jersey since 1983. We support the state's largest network of individual self-advocates and self-advocacy groups. And we also provide comprehensive trainings like this one and resources to self-advocates, direct support professionals, family members, and agency personnel. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, you can leave those in the Q&A box. I also will be giving some handouts at the end of this training, and I'm going to put those in the chat box. So again, if you have any questions, and we are going to be having some polls and some participation. So all of that can be done in the Q&A box or in the chat box. If for some reason you have a question that I cannot answer during this presentation, I will get back to you and respond within 24 hours after gathering some resources for you. And closed captioning is enabled. So you can just hit the live transcript button and enable that on your screen. You can move the captions around to where you're comfortable, or if you prefer, you can also hide them. So today specifically, we're going to be talking about Team Building 101. What is team building? Why it's important. We're going to be doing a few examples of some team building games. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about how you can bring team building back to your group. But first, I have a poll. I have a question. Have you ever participated in a team building activity? So you can mark yes, you can mark no, or you can mark I don't know. Have you ever participated in a team building activity? All right, excellent. So we have 75% say yes, and 25% say no. So everybody does team building a little bit differently. If you have participated in a team building activity that was not presented by us, it might look a little bit different, but the core of team building will always be the same. And we're going to talk about what that is. All right. So let's talk about what team building is. For the last 4 years, I have conducted team building trainings for my team, as well as various team building trainings for other groups or schools around the state. And team building, the definition is the action or process of causing a group of people to work together effectively as a team, especially by means of activities and events designed to increase motivation and promote cooperation. Basically, it's just a fun way to learn about the other people that you work with and learn how you can utilize each other's skills. Team building is really important because it helps you become acquainted or reacquainted with people that you work with or see every day. It can help you learn more about the people that you spend time with. It highlights unique skills and attributes, yours and everyone else around you. And it's fun. It's fun sometimes to get a break from work and kind of work on the relationships you have with the people around you. Team building is valuable though. So there are various studies done on team building, and all of the resources for the statistics and the quotes that I give are available at the end of this presentation as well as on each slide. But some of the studies say that 80% of the success of a team is due to team building and cohesive working relationships. The other 20% is just the process of your work, knowing what your job entails, knowing what you need to do for work. So those relationships and how you work with the people around you are really important. And some other studies, 41% of team members who are aware of their strengths show lower absenteeism. So very few employees recognize their own strengths, and even fewer know those of their team members. There are many benefits of teamwork in business, especially if team members are guided to discover and develop their specific strengths. Research also shows strength awareness leads to higher engagement and naturally more desirable outcomes. In addition to lower absenteeism, turnover is reduced in 24% of the cases, 17% of employees are more productive, and 21% of organizations show higher profitability. Collaboration statistics are important. 39% of employees report a lack of collaboration, meaning they feel as if there's no collaboration at their work. I also want to just say I use the term work, group, employees, employers. Basically, team building can be used in any situation for a group of people that are together, whether it's a volunteer position, whether it's a paid position, whether it's school or work. Team building is beneficial for everybody. But employee collaboration is essential to the workplace, and the majority of employees agree. Teamwork facts show that 3/4 of employers see collaboration as an important factor that significantly impact the company's success. When the employees are successful, the company is successful. 1/3 of HR specialists, human resources specialists, agree that collaboration impacts employee morale. Putting talented employees in the same team doesn't necessarily mean stellar performance. If team members don't collaborate accordingly, they cannot possibly be effective. So 33% of HR professionals report poor team collaboration decreases employee morale. People just are not happy when they're working with people who don't work well together. So it's important to do these team building activities so that you can learn how to better work with the people that you're around. Online collaboration tools scale up productivity by 30%. This has greatly been increased since the pandemic, since a lot more companies and schools are using online collaboration tools like Zoom, as we're using here. But with the advance of technology, employers and schools are rapidly turning to online collaboration tools and digital workplaces. And it's no wonder, given their positive impact on productivity. People are happier when they can work with other people from home. There's a lot of statistics that show that productivity goes up when people are in a more comfortable setting. And what's more comfortable than being at home? So these tools could be a shared drive or a workspace, virtual meeting applications like Zoom, or brainstorming applications. And a total of 83% of employees use this kind of technology to collaborate, which personally, I thought it would be higher, especially over the pandemic. But again, these statistics are always changing because more and more groups of people are turning to remote work or digital workspaces. Effective communication generates 4.5 times higher talent retention. Basically, people leave less when communication is beneficial in that school or workplace. And the number of evidence supporting the importance of communication and teamwork is overwhelming. If you've attended any of our other trainings, you know that we talk about communication as one of the most important parts of a healthy relationship, whether that's a relationship with friends or family, romantic or professional. Communication is and will remain one of the most effective and important parts of a healthy relationship. 50% of the positive changes in communication are attributed to employees socializing outside of the workplace, which was a really interesting statistic. This means that employees who are bonding and socializing outside of work have better communication skills with each other, and have a healthier work relationship. This could mean going out to eat after work, but it could also mean doing something while you're at work that's not work. So we did talk a little bit about how taking a break from work to do something together can be really beneficial, and it's proven that it really benefits healthier work relationships. And our last workplace statistic, 81% of employees rate peer collaboration apps positively. So employers are applying digital technologies in the workplace to transform collaboration and communication. Learning in the workplace is easier for 48% of employees who use those peer collaboration tools, and workplace productivity statistics confirm that those tools increase employee productivity and empowerment. So collaboration statistics point to a staggering 85% of employees saying they feel happier at work because they have access to collaborative management tools. So just using technology as a basis of how to improve productivity also improves the emotional well-being of the people in your group. Michael, if you have a question, feel free to type it in the chat or in the Q&A box. I know statistics sometimes can be hard to understand, so if anybody has any questions about the statistics I just went over, feel free to type your question in that chat box or in the Q&A box, and we will see it. So what do you gain from team building? We just talked about why team building or how team building can help your group be more productive, be happier, and work better together. But you also gain networking, especially if it's a larger program, a larger school. There might be a lot of people in the building or in the various buildings that don't really know each other. So when you do a team building with everybody in your company or in your group, you have a chance to meet other people, learn what they do, and sometimes that can lead to a better position. It can lead to more resources to help you do your job better. Networking all around is just seen as a beneficial tool to help you succeed in your job or at school. You bond with other people that you're working with or that you are around. Socializing is always important, especially when you are working remotely. If you are working from a different location, socializing can be one of the harder things to achieve. So doing some team building activities or some remote work with a digital workspace can really help boost that feeling of connection. Boosting team performance. We just talked about all of the ways that team building can help in that area. You get a sense of team spirit, and that again boosts productivity. It helps boost morale. You also provide healthy competition. We don't want anything too crazy. These games are lighthearted. And I know some people can get very competitive, but a little competition every now and then is not a bad thing. You promote creative thinking, open communication, positive collaboration, and you boost confidence. So if you want to raise these skills and attributes in your group, then you want to work on your team building. Together, you can become a more cohesive working environment that has happier people. So now we're going to try some of the games that we offer at the New Jersey Self-Advocacy Project's team building trainings. If you are interested in having us come out, we do these trainings, we offer these trainings to groups and schools around the state. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later. But first, let's try the first game. Two truths and a lie. So you want to switch up the order that you put your truths and your lie. You want to write down 2 things that are true about you and 1 thing that is realistic, but not true. Try to make them things people might not know about you. And again, just try to switch up the order. So we don't always want it to be 2 truths and then a lie. So I'll go first. I have a poll set up. So here are my 2 truths and a lie. Which one do you think is my lie? I am 40 years old. I have 2 dogs, and I have worked at the ARC of New Jersey for 13 years. Which one do you think is my lie? 2 of them are true and 1 is not true. I am 40 years old. I have 2 dogs. I have worked at the ARC of New Jersey for 13 years. I'm just going to let it go for a few more seconds. All right. Oh, excellent. So we have 5 people think I'm not 40 years old. 3 people think I don't have 2 dogs, and 1 person thinks I've not worked at the ARC of New Jersey for 13 years. So actually my lie is I don't have any pets. I am 40 years old and I have worked at the ARC of New Jersey since 2009, but I don't have any pets. I would love some dogs, but I don't have any just yet. All right, so now I'm going to ask someone to volunteer to give me 2 truths and a lie. Just let me know in the chat if you would like to volunteer so we don't have a bunch of people putting in their 2 truths and their lie at the same time. So would anybody like to volunteer? This is gonna, I know, take a minute for you to think of something. You can just pop it in the chat if you're interested in participating. I am gonna ask for participation. We have 3 games we're doing. Donna, all right, Donna, thank you for volunteering. Would you like to type in the chat your 2 truths and a lie? So you want to write down 2 things that are true, 1 thing that is realistic but not true. And if you are here with people who know you, try to make it things they might not know about you. Switch up the order and take a minute and then put in the chat box your 2 truths and a lie. Thank you, Donna, for volunteering. And I appreciate, Adam, you saying that I'm not 40 years old, but I am. So we're doing 2 truths and a lie. Donna is taking a minute to think of 3 statements. 2 of them will be true. 1 of them is not true. And we're going to all guess which one we think is the lie. All right, Donna says, I have 2 poodles. I have a 1-year-old and a 28-year-old, and I drive a convertible. So what do you guys think? Which one is the lie? Donna has 2 poodles, a 1-year-old and a 28-year-old, and drives a convertible. So go ahead and put in the chat which one you think is the lie. We've got drive a convertible. You know what? That's the one I was leaning towards as well. I've always wanted to have a convertible. Oh, Michael also thinks driving a convertible. Brian thinks driving a convertible. Adam, what do you think? Which one is the lie? I have driving a convertible. Looks like that's the unanimous response so far. Corey also says drive convertible. So your options again are, I have 2 poodles, I have a 1-year-old and a 28-year-old, and I drive a convertible. So unanimously, everyone thinks that drive a convertible is the lie. Donna, what is the lie? Were we all right? Oh, an 11-year-old, not a 1-year-old. So Donna does drive a convertible. Very cool. Thank you so much, Donna. Would anybody like to go next? You can just raise your hand or put it in the chat if you would like to go next and think of 3 statements, 2 of them true and 1 of them a lie. Oh, convertible is a sidecar. Convertibles always seem like so much fun. Who would like to go next? Corey, awesome. All right, Corey. So go ahead and put in chat 3 statements. 2 of them will be true. 1 of them will be realistic, but not true. And I know it takes a minute to think of something, but whenever you're ready, Corey, you can go ahead and put your 3 statements in the chat. This one's always really fun, especially if you're playing with people you don't know or you don't work with a lot. You are definitely guaranteed to learn something new. All right, Corey says, I am a runner. I taught art, X painting, and you love to shop. All right, so what do you guys think? Which one is the lie? I am a runner. I taught art, X painting, and Corey loves to shop. Which one do you think is the lie? We've got Donna says runner. Michael says teaching art. Fanny says a runner. Brian says love to shop. I'm going to guess runner as well, just because personally, I do not like to run. It is hard to think that people do. I know they do, but Adam says a runner. Any other guesses? We've got kind of an eclectic mix here of all 3. All right. So Corey, what is the lie? Which one is the lie? Who is correct? You are not a runner. All right. We've got a few people who were right at guessing. Excellent. Thank you, Corey, for volunteering. I'll take one more volunteer for this activity. Is there anyone else who would like to come up with 3 statements about themselves? Any other volunteers? I'll take one more volunteer. You can just raise your hand or type in the chat that you would like to volunteer. One more. Just raise your hand, and you can do that by clicking on the reactions, I believe they're called. You can raise your hand, or you can just type, oh, all right, Frankie would like to volunteer. Thanks, Frankie. So Frankie, you're going to type 3 statements about yourself in the chat. 2 are true, and 1 is false. All right, Frankie, I am left-handed. I was born in New Jersey and I cannot whistle. Oh, these are good ones, Frankie. I work with Frankie and I'm not entirely sure. So these are really good ones. All right, so number one, I am left-handed. Number two, I was born in New Jersey. And number three, I cannot whistle. So Fanny says cannot whistle. Adam says cannot whistle. Michael says left-handed. I'm going to get, I feel like I should know this. Brian says left-handed. Corey says born in New Jersey. I'm going to guess left-handed. I feel like I should know this. I apologize, Frankie. All right, so we have cannot whistle, left-handed, and born in, Donna says also born in New Jersey. So we've got all of them. You're not left-handed. Okay, whew. Excellent. These are really good statements, guys. You all did fantastic. Lighthearted, fun little games. Excellent. So, and with always, as always, with any team building game, you learn something, whether you don't realize you did or not. So what we learned in this game is that the people you spend time with might have a lot of hidden skills. Liking, wait a minute. Okay, some skills that people posted. So learning someone cannot whistle, or learning that someone taught art, learning that someone has a convertible, right? These are all a lot of fun things that you learned about other people. If they are skills or strengths, you can utilize those strengths in group projects or during in-class activities. You also might have found a common interest with someone that you didn't think you had. So if anyone's interested in art, if anyone else can also not whistle, you have something in common with them. And this is also a good way to work on appropriate communication and to see how everyone thinks on their feet. You guys had about a minute to think of 3 statements, and it's a lot harder than you might initially think it is, because you want to think of a lie that's believable and realistic. So thinking on your feet is a really good skill as well to have, especially if you're working with other people. So excellent job. All right, so we're going to go on to our next game. It's called group classification. So we're going to discover at least one positive quality shared by the group. We're going to find something that we all have in common. Now, this is going to require participation from everyone. So I would really love for you guys to utilize that chat box. All right. So I'm going to ask you all to put in the chat something that you like about yourself. I will start with myself, and Ashley and Frankie, if you could also participate. So a positive trait that you like about yourself. What do you like about yourself? Everybody has at least one thing. And from working with people for over 2 decades, I know that people have a lot of positive traits, even if you don't think you do. All right, excellent. So Michael says, love to help others. And we've got organized. Excellent, Suanne. That is an awesome trait. Helping others. Patient. That is super important. Feeding people. Adam, I like that. I like to feed people too. Sense of humor. Definitely. Good listener. All right, now I want you all to tell me something. Oh, creative. Sorry, Corey. Excellent. That is a great trait. All right, now I want you all to tell me something that you like. Something you like to do, something you like to, like a hobby you like, some music you like to listen to, an activity you like to do, something that is important to you. Biking, excellent. Walking, gardening. Oh, visiting NYC. One of the benefits of living in New Jersey, driving for fun, spending time with family. Cooking, yes, Adam, I hear you. I love cooking too. Hiking and video games. Excellent. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. You guys are, oh, honesty. I love that. Honesty is important. All right. Fantastic. So now I'm going to go through and I'm going to ask you if you do not agree with the statement about yourself. So the first one is caring. Just raise your hand if you think you are not caring or you don't like that. And then we're going to take it off the list, even if one person doesn't agree with it. So does anybody here think they're not caring or they don't particularly care for people who are caring? And you can send it anonymously to me if you want. I'm not going to call anybody out, but we like that was just mentioned, we're going to try to be honest. Does anybody want me to take caring off of the list? All right. How about loves to help others? Does anybody think that that's not a quality they possess or they don't like that quality? And again, there are no wrong answers. Don't feel bad. And if you do want to just let me know, you can select that in your chat. Instead of writing it to everyone, you can just select my name, which is Erin Smithers. All right, I'm going to give a few seconds between each one. If you want to go back, you can always do that as well. Organized. Does anybody feel that they are not organized or that that is not a quality that they like? You can raise your hand or you can send a message in the chat. All right, so we have someone who says take it off. All right, patient. Does anybody here feel that they are not patient or that they don't think that patient is a quality that they like? You can just type, take it off. Yes, raise your hand. All right. Thank you. All right, next one is feeding people. Does anybody not particularly like to feed people or they prefer people not feed people? Thank you guys for being honest. This activity does not work without honesty. All right, excellent. Thank you guys. Sense of humor. Does anybody think they don't have a sense of humor or it's not a quality that they like? And again, there's no wrong answer and there's nothing wrong if you don't feel as if you have any of these qualities. All right. How about good listener? If there's even one person who feels like that's not a quality they possess or is not a quality that they like, we take it off the list. All right. Creative. Does anybody feel like they are not creative or that's not a quality that they like? You can, again, just raise your hand or type it in the chat. And again, you can type it to everyone, or if you're more comfortable, you can type it just to me. Excellent. All right, how about biking? Is there anybody that does not? Simon, which one was it for? I'm going to assume it's not creative because we do have a bunch for biking. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Thanks again for being honest. Let me clear those hands. Oh, I can't. Oh, there we go. Okay. Awesome. How about walking? Anybody not particularly enjoy walking? All right. Gardening. Is there anybody that does not enjoy gardening? All right. Visiting New York City. All right. Driving for fun. Does anybody not enjoy driving for fun? All right. Thanks again, guys, for being honest. This doesn't work if we're not honest. Spending time with family. Does anybody not enjoy spending time with family? All right. Cooking. Does anybody not? Okay. Hiking. Does anybody not enjoy hiking? Interesting. Okay. Video games. Does anybody not enjoy video games? All right. And honesty. does anybody not particularly enjoy honesty? Again, I appreciate your honesty. All right. All right. So we currently have 13 people, including myself, in here. And it's unanimous that everybody is caring. Everybody loves to help others. Everybody has a sense of humor. I love that. Everybody's a good listener. We're all creative. And everybody likes hiking. That's really interesting. That's exciting. So sometimes it can be difficult when you're working with a lot of people from a lot of different backgrounds and beliefs and ideals. But this activity is always really good to kind of bring everybody together. Specifically, it's important to know that everybody has something in common. So we all have something in common. We're all different people, different ages, we live in different places, we have different backgrounds, but we all have a few things in common. Knowing this can help you build an understanding between each other, especially if you're in a challenging or stressful situation. It's also awesome to know that you have common ground with everyone. Sometimes when you're starting a new job or you're going to a new location and you're meeting new people for the first time, it can be scary to some people. It can be, it can give you anxiety, make you nervous. But I find it's helpful to know that when you look around that room, when you look around that location and all of those people, there is something that everybody in that room has in common. And sometimes that can be hard to believe, but again, let's just look. We have 6 things in common. And that was we just gave 2 things each. Fanny didn't say that they don't like eating. They said they don't like cooking. That's a big difference, Adam. So the 10 of us have at least 6 things in common. So it's really awesome that when you walk into a new place and you're meeting new people, you can kind of know for a fact that everybody in that room has something in common. And it can make you feel a little less nervous because you can kind of look at it as like, let me find out what that is. Let me talk to people and find out what they like, what they're interested in. It's also a great way to work on and practice your communication skills, right? When you're working with other people, when you're around other people, communication is the most important thing in building those healthy relationships. So practicing your positive communication skills, finding something that you have in common is a great way to bridge that gap between you and someone else that you might not know a lot about. So excellent job. Again, thank you all for participating. We're going to play one more game. It's called Robot Team Member. And I'm going to take the list of positive traits that we already have. And those are going to become the positive traits of the robot that we're building. And so everybody, I would really love participation from everybody. If we could take turns drawing a part of the robot. And then finally, the group as a whole will come up with a name for that robot. So we already did our traits. The robot that we're building is caring, loves to help others, has a sense of humor, is a good listener, is creative, and likes hiking. So now we're going to draw the robot. So I have these colors I can use. I have some shapes I can use. I also have like these kinds of shapes I can use. So let's start. I'm just going to, who would like to design the head? Let's do the shape of the head. Just shout it out in the chat. And the first one I read will be the shape of the head. So just go ahead and type a square. All right, what color is the square head? These are the colors I have to work with. What color would we like this? Blue. So I have a dark blue, light blue, and a medium blue. Dark blue, light blue. All right. A light blue square head. Boom. All right. Eyes. Tell me about the eyes. How many eyes? What shape are the eyes? What color are the eyes? Where are they located? Are there eyes? Are there no eyes? That is fine too. Some robots don't have eyes. Three eyes. All right. What color are the eyes? And what shape are the eyes? These are, again, the color round eyes and yellow. Three round eyes. In like a triangle, in a row, up and down. Where would we like the eyes? Three round yellow eyes. Triangle, awesome. So we've got one here, one here, one here. I'm sorry. All right, too many eyes. You gotta be faster, Adam. All right, how about the torso? What color and shape is the torso? A red diamond. Ooh, I like that. Okay, bear with me. I did not used to teach art. Whoops. A red diamond. Fancy. This looks more like a kite, but it's gonna have to work. All right. Anything on the torso? Any like pockets or buttons or speakers, or let your imagination go crazy? Or is it just red? Green dots. All right. I've got dark green, medium green, or neon green, and a light green. So dark green, neon green, or light green. Neon, awesome. Green, polka dots. All right, tell me about the arms while I do this. Color, shape, and how many? How many arms? And what are the colors of the arms? A clown flower. Oh, like a little bow tie clown flower? 4 purple arms. I love that. I'll add that in too. Long ovals on each side. All right. Good teamwork there, guys. All right, we're going to do long ovals on each side. This is very much like MS Paint here. All right. And then I want to do that clown flower. Oh, clown flower. I imagine it as yellow with red petals. No. There we go. Okay. Oh my goodness. This is a much more difficult. Who was the art teacher? Can I like copy and paste it? No. This is funny. I like it though. Does it squirt water? I feel like it does. It's got to. It's a clown flower. All right. Awesome. Okay. What do we have here? No, you're good, Michael. I liked it. Okay. Feet, legs. Let's start with legs. Or feet, both. You tell me. How many, what color, what shape? 2 red hearts. Where, Adam? Are the feet, legs, 2 red hearts? Oh boy, I don't think there's a heart thing. I think I have to draw that. Legs, okay. 2 red hearts for legs, okay. Here we go. I'm left-handed, but using a right-handed mouse, so I'm not mad at this. All right, great. Any feet? Thank you. Thanks, Adam. Any feet on these heart legs? Three big clown feet. What color? Oh boy. Yellow. All right, let's do big clown feet. And there's 3, so let me see where I can fit this one. How about that? All right. So now, you guys, this is your robot. Let's give it a name. What should the name of our robot, who is caring, loves to help others, has a sense of humor, is a good listener, is creative, and loves to hike? What is the name of our beautiful robot with 3 big clown feet, heart legs, 4 purple arms, green polka dots, clown flower, and 3 eyes? Sweetie Pie. What do you guys think? You like that? Rusty Walker. Okay, these are great names. All right, which one you guys want? Let's see. All right. Hold on 1 second. All right, there we go. Sweetie Pie, 2 votes for Sweetie Pie. All right. This is 3 votes for Sweetie Pie. Perfect. All right. So this is Sweetie Pie, our group robot who is caring, loves to help others, has a sense of humor, is a good listener, and creative, and loves to hike. You guys, we made them together. All right, so I am going to take a little snapshot of Sweetie Pie here, put that in the chat so everybody can have a nice little picture of Sweetie Pie to take with you. Good job, everybody. Now let's talk about what we learned. Again, we talked about the strengths that we all have in common. We learned how to bring out positive traits in each team member. If someone had trouble thinking of something, you guys worked really well as a team. And then you learned how to incorporate each skill into real world problem solving tactics. So what we can do is talk about those traits that you just came up with and how those can be incorporated into real problem solving tactics. But you guys did fantastic. Awesome job playing games with me. So if you liked that and you want us to do that training for your group, we can. We usually do about 5 or 6, depending on like how many we can get through. This is a free training that we offer to anyone who has a group of individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. And we have a large log of games. So this is also a training that we can do more than once with different results each time. However, in the meantime, I can show you how to do everyday team building to your group as well. And again, this works at schools, employment, families, just anytime there's a group of people together, these tips that I'm going to give you work in any situation, in any environment. So basically, you just want to show the other people that you're with that they're valued. It's one of the best ways to keep a team engaged and excited, just by reminding them how much you value the things that they do. Even Forbes recognized being valued as one of the top influences in employee retention. You want to come up with unique rewards. So automatically when you hear rewards, you might think that you have to buy stuff, but positive reinforcements are also a reward. Rewards are just one of the important elements of building a positive company culture. Just showing your workers that you really appreciate their efforts in more unique and tangible ways. Raises and promotions are always appreciated, right? But there's other rewards that could be more effective than money. Unique ways of recognizing the people that you're around don't always cost anything. So you can print out certificates and do like employee of the month, or recognize certain good deeds, hang them up so that everybody can see the good work that people are doing. You can also have everybody vote for a weekly winner of whatever award that you design. It makes people feel important. It inspires the rest of the team to work harder to also achieve recognition. Encourage bonds within your staff. So a lot of times if you're working in an office or if you're working remotely, people park themselves in front of their computers and they just basically work silently until the clock strikes 5. That doesn't always work. That doesn't always make people happy. And that doesn't always make people as productive as you might think it is. Sometimes you need to take those breaks. You need to get people involved with each other. You also aren't going to be building any sort of relationship if you're not talking to the people around you. So employees who like the people they work with tend to have higher job satisfaction and they stay at their jobs longer. It encourages team members to communicate their ideas and work with one another, which actually does lead to greater productivity. So encourage the people that you're with to talk to each other, to do things together, initiate projects where more than one person are working on something. That's going to help people build stronger relationships, and it's going to help people be happier. You also just want to let the conversation flow naturally. Not every team building exercise has to be work oriented. Some of the games we just played have nothing to do with your job or your work, but you still learn about skills and strengths that can be beneficial in the workplace or in the group that you're with. But like we said, you want to just kind of encourage outside conversations. Don't try to always have everything super organized. Sometimes things just need to be more fluid. They have to be more natural. You also want to give everyone the chance to be involved. So you will probably get a few people who are always the first one to raise their hand, the first one to participate, the first one to volunteer, and that's awesome. You need those people to kind of get the ball rolling, but make sure that you're trying to include everyone. Some of the activities, right, we only selected a few people. Some of the activities, we kind of relied on everybody to participate. So when you're designing an activity, try to choose one or two, half, it doesn't have to be all of them, but some that require everyone to get involved. You don't really want people just hanging out on the sidelines and feeling like they're not a part of whatever project or activity you're doing. You want everybody to have a chance to shine and show their skills and show their strengths. And that gives you a chance to highlight their strengths whenever you can. If you hang their strengths up on a wall, or if you show the positive or just are always talking about your team's strengths, it helps the other people know, like, maybe there's an area that they lack in, that they know someone else on your team is very strong in that area. So it promotes working together. It promotes that teamwork that, again, makes your team stronger and makes people happier. You also should practice flexibility as a manager of any situation. It helps build a cohesive, productive, and happy team. We can't always plan every aspect of every day. Life happens, things happen, and you can't predict a lot of things that are going to take place. So being flexible, being understanding, and being patient go a long way to make the people that you're with happier and more able to talk to you about certain things as well, if something does come up. You could also incorporate democratic decision-making, letting other people in on making a decision or choosing a project or choosing, who works on the team. Helping other people make decisions makes them feel important. It makes them feel as if they have a voice in the company or in the group or whatever setting you're in. But it also can lead to new ideas and creative solutions that you yourself would not have thought of otherwise. You want to invest in training in your team, right? When people gain more skills, they have more knowledge, they're able to solve more problems and work better together. And then lastly, you want to put people first. A lot of companies and schools measure results with data or grades or profits, but there's a person behind all of those. So when you're planning a meeting or an activity, you want to kind of think of, what does my team need? What will my team learn from this? How will this benefit everybody? And then just don't hesitate to ask people, ask, hey, what trainings are you interested in? What projects would you like to work on? What are you interested in doing? Because again, that's brainstorming. And then you're creating an environment of trust, and that's vital to any team. And it just starts by listening to everybody. So you want to just remember to make people feel appreciated, treat people with respect, and then try to reward people with positive reinforcements. Try to develop an environment that you would also enjoy working in with people that appreciate you and respect you. So I do have some information. I know it is 3 o'clock now, but if you're interested in things that our program provides, I have a few slides on that as well. We do offer free virtual trainings. I'm going to pop our training flyer in the chat as well. So if you're interested in having us come out and do a free training for you, you can visit our website and sign up for us to contact you with our trainings. We are also providing different activities just about every day of the week. I put that flyer in the chat as well. So today you can see Tuesdays, we have our Stay Healthy at Home webinars at 2 p.m. You can check out the links on that flyer. Everything is also available on our YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We are all over social media. We have a newsletter that Frankie does an amazing job on called Positive Pulse, and you can, again, sign up for that on our website, as well as signing up for our Healthy Lifestyles Project live events. And that is every Wednesday from 11 to 12 and Friday from 1 to 2. And those are free. And these are the resources that were used to make this training. And these are this is my information and our program information. So if you have any questions, you can feel free to reach out to me. You can also type them in the Q&A box or in the chat box if you have any questions now. Otherwise, I want to thank you so much. Brian wants to know, Donna, what convertible do you drive? So thank you for asking that, Brian. We appreciate that. And yeah, if you guys have any other questions, or if, like I said, if you're interested in reaching out to us to have us train at your program or participate in one of our events, feel free to visit our website. You can email me, or you can reach out to us on social media. Oh, thank you so much, Brian. We really appreciate everybody being here. Thank you so much. I hope you all have a fantastic Tuesday and rest of the week. I'm going to leave this, my contact information up on the screen. And in case anybody wants it, Donna responded, my husband likes to rent out different antique vehicles. Oh, so last was an antique convertible. That's awesome. That sounds really fun. Thank you all.